Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. According to The Sun, Man United are in a 2-horse Eduardo Camavinga race with PSG. Rennes set a fee of £34 million. Eduardo Camavinga could agree a move to Man United before deadline. Fabrizio Romano recently gave us an update on Eduardo Camavinga. He said Camavinga has 2 options this summer, including Man United, as his contract showdown continues with Rennes. Man United believe Eduardo Camavinga wants to make a move to Spain after holding discussions with his representatives. Now, Mohamed Bouatsfi said not so long ago that Eduardo Camavinga's agent Jonathan Barnett is pushing him towards Man United, but he said the player's preference is PSG. Rennes sporting director and Rennes head coach confirmed that Camavinga will be leaving Rennes this summer. His current contract at Rennes expires next year. He's still young, got a lot of development in him. He's made 82 appearances for Rennes in all competitions. Now, Man United expect Paul Pogba to stay. Contract talks continue. Solskjaer is relaxed over media magnate Pogba. He said Paul Pogba is very likely to leave Man United next summer on a 3 when his contract expires. He said Pogba is set to join PSG on a 3. But yeah, Pogba's very likely to stay at Man United this season, as PSG recently got Messi. PSG were interested in Pogba back in July. It did say that PSG were the favourites to sign him. PSG held talks with Pogba's representatives, and it said PSG were willing to offer around £45 million. The other week, Mauricio Pochettino played down PSG's interest in Pogba, because Pochettino got quizzed on Paul Pogba's transfer from Man United again. Pogba has had a long-running transfer saga. A few weeks ago, Pogba rejected a new contract at Man United, and Sky Sports came out and said that Pogba is increasingly unlikely to sign a new Man United contract, but Solskjaer said Man United still remain in talks with Pogba's representatives over a new deal. Sky Sports did say not so long ago that Pogba sees a long-term future at Man United but may wait on the contract extension. Not so long ago, Solskjaer revealed that he had positive talks with Pogba over his future. And it said Pogba's in no hurry to sort out his future. The Telegraph said the other week that Pogba will start the season with Man United, then make a decision about his future before the 31st of August. This is a big season for Pogba. Pogba produced good performances for Man United in the last couple of months of last season, but at one point last season he was out with a thigh injury for a while. He's had a few ankle injuries at Man United. Mino Raiola doesn't have a good relationship with Man United. You know, we've been very critical of him. Mino Raiola did a lot of talking last season. He made an announcement back in December last year regarding Pogba. He said Pogba's career at Man United was over. He said he was unhappy and he has to leave and he had no intentions of extending his contract. Solskjaer was furious with Mino Raiola's announcement. But Mino Raiola's been working hard to get Pogba out of the club. Pogba's our most expensive signing at the moment because we paid £89 million for him and he's enjoyed 5 seasons at Man United since he rejoined and he's won 3 trophies at the club so far. We had Pogba when he was a lot younger under the Sir Alex Ferguson era, but we had to let him go due to limited appearances. Now, according to the BBC, Solskjaer has said that the Raphael Varane deal is not 100% done yet. Man United should announce the signing of Raphael Varane very soon. The Raphael Varane announcement has been delayed due to image rights. Fabrizio Romano did say that Varane has signed his contract with Man United. He said he's a United player and the announcement is down to Man United. Varane has completed his medical with Man United and he has been quarantining in Manchester. Solskjaer has confirmed that Varane will be missing the match tomorrow against Leeds. Man United and Real Madrid agreed an initial fee of £34 million for Varane, rises up to £43 million with add-ons. Varane obviously signed a 4-year contract with Man United with an option of a further year. Raphael Varane is very likely to take Amad Diallo's number 19 shirt. Amad Diallo is going out on loan. Varane was training with his teammates yesterday. Solskjaer has confirmed that he wants to make one more signing in this summer transfer window. But who's our final signing going to be? Because it recently said we abandoned our pursuits of Kieran Trippier, Camavinga, Saul Niguez and Ruben Neves. Solskjaer has been very pleased with our summer transfer business. And Man United are enjoying a very good summer transfer window because Solskjaer is getting the players he wants to recommend in, which is good. And he's getting the backing he deserves. Solskjaer wasn't backed enough for such a long time. Surprisingly, our owners, the Glazers, have backed Solskjaer. Woodward has said several times before that I'd back Solskjaer, and when we was enjoying them bad periods under Ollie, Woodward assured that Solskjaer's job was safe. John Murtaugh, he's played a part in getting Solskjaer the signings he wanted in. John Murtaugh is our director of football, and Man United certainly made the right decision getting a director of football in, because I did say that's one of the structural changes that we needed at the club. And Darren Fletcher, he's part of the club. Solskjaer did recently say that any more signings would be a bonus for Man United as we approach the final 3 weeks of the summer transfer window. We have spent almost 120 million so far in this summer transfer window, and we've made 3 signings. Brought Tom Heaton in on a 3 from Villa, brought Jadon Sancho in from Borussia Dortmund, and we also brought Rafael Varane in from Real Madrid. This season is absolutely massive for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, and I think he is aware of that. Solskjaer has got big expectations to exceed. Solskjaer's ambition for this season is to win the Premier League. We haven't won the Premier League since 2013. Solskjaer recently talked up Man United's title hopes. He says he knows the pressure is on, and he made an admission saying Man City are the favourites, but he said the title race is open. But Solskjaer certainly has to win a trophy this season. He's not yet won a trophy as Man United manager, and we haven't won a trophy since 2017, and that's nowhere near good enough to our standards. I think can Man United win the Premier League this season? I'm not too sure. I certainly think the signings of Sancho and Varane turn Man United into title contenders. We've got to start off this season strongly because we didn't start the season well last season. We had that 3-1 home defeat to Palace on the opening day last season. Then we had that 6-1 drumming against Tottenham at Old Trafford. This is Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 3rd full season as Man United manager because he's endured 2 full seasons at the moment. A few weeks ago, Solskjaer signed a new contract with the club until 2024. There's an option of a further year. We definitely made a mistake giving Solskjaer that new contract because Solskjaer won't see out this new contract. Because Solskjaer isn't a long-term manager for Man United, and I think a lot of United fans will agree with me on that aspect. So my perceptions haven't changed on the manager despite us bringing Sancho and Varane in. If we was to win the Premier League this season, then my perceptions would definitely change on the manager. Ole has been in charge of Manchester United now for almost 3 years. And reflecting now on he's been at the football club, he has gained some managerial experience and he's learnt quite a bit on the job. Before he was with us, he was at Molde. He won a few Norwegian titles at Molde, but they're not a big club. He enjoyed 2 spells at Molde, and before Molde he was at Cardiff, and his record at Cardiff was terrible. He got Cardiff relegated, so he only enjoyed a short tenure with them. So he has no proven pedigree as a manager. But that doesn't mean he can't succeed as Manchester United manager. But whatever happens regarding Solskjaer, we'll always adore him because at the end of the day, he is a club legend. He endured 11 years as a player for Man United. He flourished under Sir Alex Ferguson's guidance. We appointed Solskjaer in December 2018 to replace Mourinho. He's been permanent Manchester United manager since March 2019. The reason we give Solskjaer the job permanently was reflecting how well he did as the interim manager, in that 3-month period. I know there was a lot of United fans that thought we made a mistake giving him the job permanently. Maybe we should have waited until the end of that particular season to decide or not whether he was the right candidate. But Ole is our best manager since Ferguson, despite me criticising him a lot during his managerial tenure at Man United. But there is positives regarding Solskjaer. I think he has made good signings as Manchester United manager. Solskjaer has signed 13 players. You know, he spent just over £400 million in total. In the summer of 2019, he brought Daniel James and Wan-Bissaka and Harry Maguire in. In January 2020, he brought Bruno Fernandes in and Odin Igalo in on loan. Last summer, Solskjaer brought Edison Cavani in, Alex Telles, Donny van der Beek, Amad Diallo and Facundo Pellistri. Last summer, he got 4 of those players on deadline day. And in this summer transfer window so far, he's brought Tom Heaton in, Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane. Solskjaer's more or less given everybody their chances to express themselves, including the young players, like he assured he would do when he got appointed in as Man United manager. And I like the way Solskjaer develops the youth. You know, got a lot of trustworthy in his young players as Ollie. He's got rid of a lot of players since he's come in. We have loaned quite a few players out. Obviously, some of them players we loaned out have now returned from the loan spells. We recently loaned Axel Tuanzebe out to Aston Villa until June 2022. It's Axel Tuanzebe's third loan spell with Aston Villa. Not so long ago, Axel Tuanzebe signed a new contract with Man United until June 2023. There's an option of a further year. It was the right decision to loan Axel Tuanzebe out though, because he'll gain more experience, plus he'll get a lot more opportunities at Villa. We recently loaned Tahith Chon out. He went to Birmingham. We also loaned Facundo Pellistri out to Alaves. We loaned Pellistri out back in January. Back in January, we also loaned Diego Dalot out. We loaned Jesse Lingard out. Lingard enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham. We also loaned Teden Mengi out back in January. Went to Derby. We also loaned Andreas Pereira out back in January. He went to Lazio. So they're a lot of the players, you know, we have loaned out. The players we've got rid of permanently, obviously, we released Sergio Romero not so long ago. We released Joe Pereira. We let Igalo go in January. We let Timothy Fosu-Mensah go. We let Marcus Rojo go. Solskjaer's let Young go. Let Valencia go. Let Smalling go. And that trio were long-serving players at Man United. Also let Darmian go. We got rid of Herrera. Let Fellaini go back in January 2019. We also got rid of Angel Gomez. Got rid of Sanchez. Solskjaer also got rid of Romelu Lukaku. So there you go. Solskjaer has got us to like semi-finals. Last season got us to the Europa League final. That was his first major final as Man United manager. Also got us to the FA Cup quarter-final last season. Last season got us a second place finish, and in his first full season he got us a third place finish. All he knew though when he'd taken over at Man United, it was going to be a massive, massive job. Despite him knowing the club through thick and thin, you know, Solskjaer's managing one of the biggest clubs in the world. And he knew he had a lot to do when he came in. But I've got to turn around and make an admission and say, yeah, Solskjaer's done a pretty good job to say the current squad he was left with when he got appointed in as Man United manager. because he was inheriting a lot of the deadwood, and he's still inheriting some of the deadwood now. Man United need to sell some players to get more signings on the board. Woodward recently warned Solskjaer about that. I said I'd like us to sell Martial in this summer transfer window, but I don't think we're going to. Solskjaer refuses to sell Anthony Martial. Solskjaer mentioned Martial today in his press conference ahead of the Leeds game. He recently said though that Man United are ready to sell Martial and will demand at least £50 million. He said Inter Milan want Anthony Martial to replace Lukaku because Lukaku's gone back to Chelsea. He said we'd be happy to loan Martial out as long as Inter Milan agree to include an obligation to buy in the deal. Inter Milan have done business with us in recent years. You know, they purchased Young offers, they got Sanchez offers and Lukaku. Everton have also been keen on Martial. Martial has endured 6 years at Man United. He's got 3 years left on his contract and he receives £200,000 a week. Martial has scored 78 goals for Man United in all competitions. And we got Martial in a deal worth 58 million from Monaco back in 2015. We paid 36 million pounds up front. Martial's had 2 good seasons at Man United. He was out with an knee injury for a while last season though. I said I'd like us to offload Jesse Lingard in this summer transfer window, but we're not going to because Solskjaer easily confirmed he's staying. To Jesse Lingard's credit though, he did have a very, very good pre-season. Lingard's current contract at Man United expires next year. We've been trying to offload him, but we've been struggling to offload him. Sky Sports said the other week that West Ham believed that they had just 10% chance of getting him. Like I mentioned earlier, he did very well when he was out on loan with West Ham. I think it said we want around 30 million to get rid of Lingard. Andres Pereira, I want us to offload him as well. To his credit though, he did well throughout pre-season. Matic, I want us to offload him in this summer transfer window, but we're not going to. Matic could leave in January or next summer. I've always had my strong reservations about Matic because he's always been a static player. He's aging up, he's too predictable and he makes too many mistakes. There again, he's had some good games at Man United. Matic has been at Man United for a year. We got him in a deal worth 40 million from Chelsea back in 2017. Was it before the start of last season? He signed a new 3-year contract with Man United. There's a very good chance that we're going to loan Brandon Williams out to gain him more experience and to get him a lot more opportunities. Because Williams is our 3rd choice left back, he seldom plays for us. Phil Jones, I also want us to offload him. Solskjaer spoke about Phil Jones not so long ago. Jones hasn't played for us since January because he's been out of injury. He doesn't get in our 11 and he's always been inconsistent. Jones is the only outfield player that's still with us from the Ferguson era. Jones has endured 10 years at Man United, so he's been a long-serving player. I'd like us to offload Dalot as well, and Dalot could still be leaving. I think Milan have been linked to him. Like I said, he was out on loan with Milan last season. It recently said though the law's staying, so a U-turn occurred, and it said the reason we dropped our interest in Kieran Trippier is because of the law. The law was impressive throughout pre-season. So there you go. But like I've said, we haven't been the same team since Ferguson retired. And a lot of United fans predicted it was all going to go wrong when Ferguson retired. No one's going to replicate what Ferguson did at the club. You know, Ferguson enjoyed a 26-27 year tenure at Man United. He won 30 odd trophies, including 13 Premier League titles. So, reflecting on that, Fergie brought success to the club. But Ferguson didn't settle in straight away because he didn't win out in his first 4 years at Man United. So that just indicates it takes some managers time to settle in. It really, really does. I'm surprised Fergie didn't get sacked when he didn't win out in that first 4 years. But obviously the boards and that were nowhere near as ruthless then as they are now. You know, since Ferguson we sacked 3 managers. Obviously we sacked Moyes after 10 months. We sacked Louis van Gaal after 2 years. He won some silverware, won the FA Cup. And we sacked Jose Mourinho after 2.5 years, despite him winning the Europa League, the League Cup and the Community Shield in his first season. Also got us a second place finish in his first season, so you can say Mourinho did enjoy one good season at Man United. And we've spent a lot of money in the last 8 years, must be over £1 billion now in total. Must have brought a good 42, 43 players in since Ferguson retired. So yeah. Earlier on today, I give you the news on Jadon Sancho. He said Jadon Sancho's Man United debut versus Leeds is in doubt. Solskjaer said that Jadon Sancho has been feeling a little sick and has only been able to complete one full training session. And Solskjaer also mentioned that he had an holiday after the European Championships. Jadon Sancho will be involved, I think tomorrow he'll come off the bench. Sancho will do well at Man United, providing that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer uses him right. On my next video, I'm going to be giving you my predicted 11 for Man United's game against Leeds tomorrow afternoon. So anyway guys, drop your comments, likes below on the channel. If you do, consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless. See you all again very, very soon.